Good morning. Happy Father's Day first. And people with a loving father. If you don't have loving father, then happy Guru Rinpoche's Day or happy Naga's Day. So we are continuing from the Vajrayogini sadhana of the particular short sadhana. It's basically this is called the outer practice of Vajrayoginis, because it is mainly focusing on the generation stage, as last week I mentioned. And generally, Vajrayana practice, we call the preliminary practice and actual practice. When it comes to the practice, there's several different preliminary practice. It's called the common preliminary practice, uncommon preliminary practice. But in this sadhana, there's only 3 of those preliminary practice from the common and uncommon. Rest is a kind of like a we have to guess. So there's called the refuge practice and for immeasurable or bodhicitta together. So that is a common practice. And there's a will of protection. This will of protection is we talked last week. Basically, there's a 2 kind of a triangle. So one, like our planet, okay, that's called the seat. Then another triangle is the palace, the actual mandala of the Vajrayogini. So first the triangle is a normal earth is round, yeah, we said earth is round, but this is a particular shape as a triangle, you know, sharp down, really sharp down, and vast open the top one. So that is how a triangle looks like. And on that first triangle called the seed, and you have to visualizing the wheel of protection that we visualizing like a Vajra tent. Vajra tent is it's like a glass house, you know. Sometimes you see the glass, you know, what call those, like greenhouses. It's more like greenhouses. It's not necessarily blocking of the, you know, view. So that way on the mandala when we drawing it not see. But if you are really difficult to meditating on that Vajra tent and the Vajra wall, and because sometime some sadhana you will not see that one. Why? Because I think long as you have a great bodhicitta, strong loving kindness and compassion, then it is more solid than Vajra tent. So just generate the pure loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta. Then it's the same as you visualizing the Vajra tent. So that is how protecting. Because if you look the life story of a Buddha, when Buddha was meditating under the Buddha tree, Mara come to distract his meditation so many ways. So mainly his main shield of protection was not the Vajra tent. Shield of protection was compassion. You know, Buddha meditated compassion toward the particularly Mara. Why he become evil? Why? Because he is suffering. I think anyone who become evil because they are miserable. You know, if they are so happy, even you want to become evil, you cannot become evil. Yeah, like we show our angry face, or we shout to people, or we say bad things, or we harm someone else. Only we do when we are miserable, when we are sad, we are suffering. Make sense? So that time you say things hurtful, you do things that can harm to other. But when you are happy, joy, peaceful, you will never do harmful things to anyone else. Make sense? So that reason, actually, they need more compassion than our loved one, actually. Because a loved one is enjoying it. So since they are enjoying it, they no longer need your loving like you don't need a compassion to the Buddha. You don't need loving kindness to the Buddha, because they already achieved that loving kindness, you know. So who you need is who doesn't have that one. Like somebody already have the food, ate. They just coming out from the restaurant. You don't want to offer them food because they already stomach is full. Who you give the food is somebody who doesn't have the food. So who doesn't like the loving kindness and compassion is the evil one. So that way we can protect ourselves from that evil thought, and also they can free from that evilness. So if you cannot meditate, because I don't want to go to detail again about the will of protection. I try to, my best way to, I tried to explain last week. And if you understood that one, if you don't understand, then maybe slowly you will get that one day. But the point is, if you have a really difficulty, then just have a pure loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta. Meditate on that. With that, that's called the Lord Jidasung said, bodhicitta is the will of a supreme protection. You know, so just meditate on the loving kindness, compassion to the bodhicitta. You will protect. No evil harm can disturb your practice or meditation. So will of protection is the part of the preliminary. Then actually practice is there's several different ways to you can visualize the generation stage. Okay, generation stage. So in this case, this text is called the 4 Vajra generations. 4 Vajra generation as a mean, first is a meditating on the emptiness. Second is a meditating on the seed syllable. And third one is a meditating on the complete body. Fourth one is a meditating on the, then placing the, placing the syllable on the limbs. So that is called the 4 Vajra generations. And first one, meditation on the emptiness, is we already done last week with the 3 different kind of a mantra here. We already did this. Om Subhashita Sarvadama Subhashitaham, Om Bhajashita Savadama Bhajashitaham, Om Yogashita Savadama Yogashitaham, with the meaning. And I think we went through some part. So I think that's good enough for the that first part. Now, second part is start from here, page 5. Look in the page 5, middle of set. In the center syllable A, transform in the Dharmodaya. Some people may think center of the Vajra tent is not the center of the Vajra tent. Center is talking about the basically is the direct, side by side, the center. So actually, this is more like a below, under the Vajra foundation. This one is have to be under the Vajra foundation. This one like earth, this is like seed. So that way, A, first is visualizing syllable A, then it transforms into the Dharmodaya. Dharmodaya means the triangle, three triangle, and the pointed root down, root thrust downward. So you can see the picture here, the root is down, that is the planet, first one. And it's expanded at the top like the hood of a cobra. As it means so open, like a much more larger than our planet, just planet. Our planet have a measurement. This one kind of like measureless, so completely open, like a enormous, yeah, can say, vast expanse. Yeah, vast expanse. The outside is blue and inside is a red. This is symbolizing as a wisdom and method, as a vast and immense, he said, on the center of the syllable pum. And center is the syllable pum. So center of that, then you have to visualize a pum syllable and transform into the multicolored lotus. So in the Vajrayana, syllable and deity are inseparable. That way you see speech as a sambhogakaya. Why? Because speech as a syllable. Syllable and deity are inseparable. Deity have many different deities. Syllable deities, the syllable as a deities also. You can visualize it as a syllable or you can visualize it as a deities form. Those two are inseparable. So here, pum as a syllable of the lotus. So from the pum, transform to the multicolored lotus. Okay? Syllable pum transform in the multicolored lotus. And the syllable R transform into the full moon. And syllable Ram transform in the sunset. So as a moon's a syllable and sun syllable transform to them. So these are more like a and Ra. The sun, moon, and sun, like more like a, like when people born in the womb, and the father's and mother's blood and semen come together, and consciousness mix with that two together. So these are symbolizing with that. Moon as a white what called and father's white and son as a mother's red. Those mixed together by consciousness of the later come the bomb syllable. Yeah, so those are symbolizing this way. So upon which are interlaced human corpse. Okay. So on that, and have on the sun and moon disk have a human corpse, a human body. This is a human corpse, is a really fresh one. How fresh is it? Like a one dead body, out top, but inner breath still life. So it's not totally dead. So it's a really fresh, not totally dead. So it's kind of like that kind of corpse you have to meditate. This one, not rotten one, not dry one. It's just really fresh, almost like a life, except stop breathing. So that is what we visualizing into a human corpse. Above that, that is the nature of your mind as a red syllable bomb. Now, finally, you're visualizing as on that is a red syllable bomb, which is your own awareness or mind as a transform to the bomb syllable, and blazing with the light and transform into the Diku knife. So that bomb as transformed to the Diku knife is it's called the hook knife. Yeah, hook knife. The hook knife have two kinds of hook knife. It's called the male hook knife and female hook knife. If you carefully look at Tanga, if the male is holding the hook knife, the hook is a much stronger, the kind of bigger, sharper.
The hook is more pronounced.
Pronounced?
Yeah, pronounced. It's more obvious.
Yes, and female is a less sharp, less sharp. That is basically called the male hook knife and female hook knife. So this should be female hook knife. Tiku or hook knife as with a Vajra handle adorned center with a syllable bomb. So that's luckily we had Miss Ellen. She I want to say it, Miss Kevin. Miss Ellen, she made this really nice picture. You can see with a hook knife, and the center here should be have a bomb syllable, and that is you have to visualize. So this like a lotus, sun disc, moon disc, corp, hook knife, all these are visualizing inside the second Dharmodaya. Yeah. First triangle is seat. The second triangle is called the palace. So there's a two triangle, so symbolizing one is the earth, second is the palace of the mandala. Make sense? So Vajra foundation in between those two. The second one is actually sitting on the Vajra foundation. So I try to make it a little bit complicated. And both are three dimensions. Then people may think, how come between they have a Vajra seat? This is an illusion body. Okay, don't think as a solid. So both are three dimensions. So don't confuse too much. We build as our own form solid, then you're not meditating correctly. So it's this illusion body. It's called the light body. So it's not really solid as what we have a problem, that one under through the another one. So this is both our triangle are three dimensions. This is according to the called the one commentary. According to that commentary, as I have a double triangle, three dimensional, both of them are, but one is called the what called the seat, as a plane, earth, yeah. It's a as a seat as a cushion, or as a place sit, okay. And another one is a counter as a house. So this, but both are three dimension. Okay. Then many times you may see perform two benefit. Okay, they not say detail, but here is a really light emanate from the marking from this. It means the hook knife with the bomb syllable, that one, and make an offering to the noble one. It means the offering to all the enlightened beings. That's called the benefit of yourself. By that offering, you will accumulate the merit. So from the two benefit, it's called the personal benefit. The performer or person who practicing, and purifying the negative deed. So this means that again radiate the light 10 direction of the 6 realms, and purified all the sentient beings in negative karma. So that's called the benefit of other. So this two benefit is that mean here purifying the negative deed in the obscuration of all sentient beings, establishing them in the state of the Vajrayogini. So all 6 Ram sentient beings become form of a Vajrayogini. So later we'll also discuss on this later. So that is this is called the two kind of benefit. By offering to the enlightened beings, noble being or enlightened being, benefit for your accumulation. By liberating sentient being, by purifying their negative karma, benefit for other sentient beings. So these two benefit is from the light, which is emanate from the hook knife, which is the hand implement, and bomb syllable, which is your own consciousness. So now, okay, stop here at the text. I want to tell you first thing is the generation stage, material generation stage have a 5 characteristics. So first one is said clarity. Second one is said purity. Third one is said divine pride. Fourth one is said empty by nature. And fifth one said non-duality. Make sense? So there's a 5 characteristics of the generation stage. So first one is we are going through now. Okay, now we can go on the text. First is called the clarity. Clarity means that we have to visualize clearly the body's form of a deity. There's a lot of different, color, shape, the number of arm and head. Each deity have their own. So you have to try to visualize it clearly. So for this, we need a statue, we need a painting, or anything that is helpful for you to remember. So you can, at the beginning, if you are not good, not enough from the text alone, then you should buy the text picture. You should, these days are really easy, you just print one, really cheap. You don't need to spend too much money. You don't need a fancy one, really expensive one. Just print really clear painting. Print, only like maybe $10. Yeah, you can print really nice quality one. So you don't need to buy really expensive. Some people think, oh, have to buy really expensive tanga or statue or something. So I mean, if you have a wealth, money is good, it's accumulated merit. If you don't have, don't worry about that. You have a more expensive, expensive tanga or statue, it doesn't mean that your practice will be better. So it's not necessarily have to buy really expensive one, but if you can afford, it's good, you can accumulate, so that is a okay. So first is called the clearly, how to visualize it as this light gather back into a completely transformed light, red skull silk rest into the sky as a myself become a Vajrayogini. So it's just like a, when space is completely red skull, it's kind of like a reddish become transformed. Yeah, it's like that, completely red body. So that's a Vajrayogini's body color. The Vajrayogini, my body is a red and shine with the brilliance of the 100,000 sun. It's just like a, not just only body have a shining wisdom light, and said my main face has a 3 eye and expression of the mixed wrath and passion. So actually Vajrayogini expression is we said 3 kind of expression. He called the wrathful expression, patient expression, and compassion expression. So when one angle, if you look, or can say from one angle, she looks really wrathful. This is mostly apparent to the being who are unfortunate one. Unfortunate here is mean that someone is a negative one. So someone is a totally corrupted their mind with the negative emotions. We call the Mara, we can call the demons, whatever. So negative one, she will negative one see she as a really totally wrathful. So that is her first expression. Then the second expression is patientable. One angle, she is really patientable. Patientable, yes, can say?
No, patient.
No. Patient. No.
Passionate.
Passionate. She is really passionate. She's really passionate with the Chakra Sambhavara. So that way it's called the passionate. So one angle, she is really passionate. But then one angle, she is so compassionate that when come to the fortunate one, you know, someone who devoted to the Dharma, someone who have a really strong interest in the Dharma. So that is what's mean the fortunate one. So when fortunate one angle, she see really compassion. So that is a hard three kind of a expression. Ordinary human can't do those three together. When we're wrathful, we're just wrathful. When we're passionate, we're passionate. Yeah. In Latin, they can manifest that kind of expression from her face. Some can see wrathful, some can see passionate, some can see what called compassionate. So that is a three different kind of a angle can see from her facial expression. That is a here only mentioned the two, but a combination of 1, 2. So there's a three what called expression from her face. And the fangs are slightly bare. Behind my right ear is the black head of the sow. So the pure meaning is come later. Okay, the meaning of those pure meaning is come later. But what I heard someone told me said Greek mythology. In Greek mythology, while female pig is sow, yeah, it's a symbol of a female power. So I don't know, is it here related or not? So I don't know that one. So just so that's she have a sow. Sometimes you see in the beyond the ear. Sometimes you see the on the top. I think that's maybe each master's. You know, they have their own traditions. So that way come two different kind of tradition. But you can see this both. Sometimes on the top of her head. Sometimes it's a side. Making snoring roar. It's kind of like, you know, wild pigs. I have a crown of a five dry skulls, and my hair is a bound. I wear the necklet of the 51 skull and the 50 type of a symbolic bone ornament. Five type of bone ornament. So this is called the crown as a wheel chakra, earring, necklet, armlet, and sasha. Sasha is also a kind of like she have a kind of belt and including some kind of a lower garment with a bone. So this all is a bone ornament. So that way called the 5 type of a symbolic bone ornament. With my right hand is a brandish carved knife, and my left is a hold the skull cup blood with my heart. With the inner curve of my leg, left arm, I hold the katanga. So this katanga is a symbol of the you know Chakra Sambhavara. And this have a, actually, if you go to the step by step, this Katanga have a complete Chakra Sambhavara mandala. But I think today we don't want to go to too detailed, then people get confused. So you will find that one. Complete Chakra Sambhavara mandala is within the Katanga. So this is called the sequentially hiding the Father Chakra Sambhavara form of Katanga in her left shoulder, and she's holding. Basically, this is there's two, I think you'd say. Generally, measurement of a katanga is a 12. What called each ring, each finger. What's called?
Inches.
No, it's like we call the measurement. It's not the inch. Like this is 4 finger. Yeah. The 12 finger is the linked measurement. But since this is a symbol of the Chakra Sambhavara or the Father, so have to be linked as a hard body. This katanga should be linked as a hard body. whatever body build have to be linked as that body. Kadanga, and I'm naked, joyful, partaking in the blood, and my own blood drip forth. I pass my youth and 16 years old, and my breast is around, and my right leg down, and my left is a leg extended. The expanse of 3 realm as a transform into the my dance, and the door in the center of the self emanated mass of a blazing fire. So there's 2 kinds of fire. The first one is we mentioned the will of protection. Outside of the wall, there's a fire, but this is from her own body manifests as a fire. Those 2 are different. So the pure meaning will come later. Okay, so we don't want to go to. So this is you visualizing as a what call clarity. Okay. Okay, so then once visualizing that deity's form, it's also this is same as a meditative consultation. Single pointed day. This is also in the kind of type of a shamatha or karma-binding meditation. Similar, shamatha meditation have lots of different types. So this is this bring to the single point of a mind to the samadhi meditation. So that meditation need armor like protection. Otherwise, there may distraction come from the outside and inside. So that way you have to meditate on called the donning the armor or meditating the will of protection with this syllable. So from the Chakra Sambhora Tantra said, syllable is the deity form, and deity or the yogini are form of syllable. If anyone wishes to be supreme siddhi accomplishing, do not see those 2 are separated. So we can visualize it as a syllable, or you can visualize dini. So here is the text is mentioned just a syllable. So said, at my navel, bam, transform to the red Vajrayogini. So if you can visualize red Vajrayogini, that's wonderful. If you cannot visualize it, that one's become too complicated, just visualize it as your navel, bam. At my heart, ham yom. At my throat, shim mom. And on my forehead, shing shing. At my crown, hung hung. At my limbs, pet pet. So rest is I think okay, limbs, it's called the 8 great joint. So 8 great joint is basically what called this 2 elbow joint, 2 arm joint, shoulder joint. So there's a 4, and 2 leg, 2 hips and the knee. This is called the 8 great joint. So from that 8 great joint to then this light can say transform or whole body say with a kind of like a web of light from those limbs. Radiate web of light, whole body is covered. So this syllable or deity, either you visualizing, you have to visualize it between the skin and flesh. Not outside. It should be between the skin and the flesh. So if you want to be visualizing as a form of a Dagini, and thank you to the Ellen, she made this really nice image put here in the text. You can see post here. And if you have a difficulty, that's visualizing that one. Main reason why we have to visualize this one is because by meditating this kind of armor, one benefit is your samadhi becomes stable. Can say samadhi, yeah? Absorption. 2, outer or inner obscuration cannot harm. And 3, and you will realize the profound meaning. And 4th, and transform your aggregate, ayatana, and dhatu to the deities. So those reasons we have to visualize in this domain armor. Yeah, drawing.
Dawning, it means to put on.
Okay, drawing, or can say ornamenting. Yeah, yes, or drawing or ornamenting the armor of a syllable or mantra. Even this is a really complicated for you. Just visualize it at the forehead, Om, at the throat, Ah, at the heart, Hum. That too is becoming part of the what called the dawning armor. Okay, then summoning the wisdom deity and receiving the blessing. This is I think mainly making more authentic of our meditation on the deity, because at some point, if only we think we just meditate as a deity through our visualization alone, still there have some kind of doubt of this is my imagination, yeah, and not necessarily 100% pure deity is appearing there. But so that is making more authentic, more kind of real, can say, so that you have to receive the wisdom beings. So there's within the sacred place of the yogini, yogini, there's a red tamodaya, drawn with the center with the syllable Shri. Light emanate from this, and a victorious one of the 10 direction, together with their retinue. It means that each Buddha have a lots of bodhisattva. Some pure land only bodhisattva. Some pure land have a bodhisattva and arhat. Some pure land have a bodhisattva, arhat, also ordinary too. So everything is ready to mean that part of the each pure lands beings, everything is come, especially enlightened one. All the enlightened beings come form of actually this come. They inviting from the 10 directions together with their retinue, inviting assemble of their space before me as a form of a Vajrayogini, Vajra Samaja. So this is in here, our main focus is a Vajrayogini. So when we're taking refuge, it's a guru as a Vajrayogini. Now here, all the 10 direction Buddha and Bodhisattva also form of a Vajrayogini herself. Because deity they are inseparable, so that reason here we have to visualize as a form of a Vajrayogini with a Vajra Samanza is a hook mantra. Then said fathomless light enlightened body of the yogini emanate from their enlightened body. This is dissolved to my crown, generate the blessed power of my body. Red vowel and consonant emanate from their enlightened speech and dissolve into my throat, generating the force and power of my speech. And that flow down from their enlightened mind and dissolve into my forehead and generating the primordial wisdom of bliss and emptiness in my mind stream. Finally, Yogini herself dissolve into me and we become inseparable. So this is the point, is through this first receive from the forehead, emanate the Vajrayogini body, you can say, then dissolve to your body, or you receive the body, Vajra body blessings. Heart, the throat, emanate the seed syllable and mantra, and receive the speech, Vajra speech blessings. From her heart, nectar of a bodhicitta, like a wisdom light, form of wisdom light, bodhicitta, emanate from her heart and dissolve to your true heart and receive all the enlightened wisdom mind. Then finally, the Vajrayogini, what we inviting wisdom being from us deserve to you, is becoming inseparable. That way, in your mind, is you have a more than you visualize. Make sense? It's more than you visualize. So that is, I think, this called, until this called the cultivating the generation stage visualization much as possible. So here, lots of time we only focus on the recitation mantra. Most of the time we spend on the recitation mantra. Actually, we have to divide our time. So first is you have to do much as you can with the clarity of the meditation, and the longest you can. When you get tired, you have to move on, because even you get tired, if you try to be too force it will burn out you. Then you couldn't do next time. So that reason you have to do until you become uncomfortable, basically. So for us, most of the time, so before we start, we are already uncomfortable. Forget about the doing that one. So that way, it's not saying it's a you get bored as a what we think. Then you will never start. So, but you have to put all your energy, much as you can, on that. Then some point you will feel like tired, couldn't do anymore. Then you have to take a break from that. Otherwise, you will burn out. Too much is not good. Make sense? So just try to visualize this one as a clarity. This is called the clarity. Try to visualize it clearly. So this one have a separate different. Sometimes you just concentrate on the one area, like eye or something, try to see that one clearly. Then from there to extend it slowly in the whole face, and one day you can visualizing whole body. Or sometimes you can do as like scanning, head to toe, from the crown to until to the lotus, scan, and from the lotus to again until to the crown, scan. Also, that's good. So, and if it's become unclear, then use as a photo or statue or whatever you have image as a support of building that stronger or clear in your mind, the visualization. So this is called the clarity from the 5 characteristic. First characteristic as a clarity. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, then second characteristic is called the pure recollection, because a deity appearance have every appearance, color, whatever appearance, but meaning, This is like I said, like a medicine. When you buy the medicine, it comes with a bottle and label. On the label said what kind of benefit can get from that medicine. Yeah, without reading the label, you don't know what is that medicine. Basically, all the pill looks same. Yeah, but what kind of benefit and what kind of medicine is described on the label. So purity is similar like that. Pure meaning of appearance as a show. So here, first one is a Varahi's body is red in color. So red in color is called the great bliss of wisdom, symbolizing as a great bliss wisdom. Yeah, great bliss wisdom, promoted wisdom as a red in color. And my enlightened body symbolizing as a one face and all the manifold phenomena. So this means that all the phenomena are one test, single test, or inseparable. That way, first phase is what called the body as a so also symbolizing mixed wrathful and passionate expression of my main face, symbolizing as a pure pacification of affliction in the expense, and the south head behind my ears symbolizing as an unchanging dharmakaya. So this way is one way, because of that she is completely free from the conceptual, so that way she have this one face as a, and Sao as a dharmakaya. But also you can say as a method of the relative truth, symbolizing as a method of the relative truth, our main face. Yeah, and symbolizing as a wisdom of absolute truth as a Sao. Now, why is a Sao as a using as a dharmakaya or absolute truth? Is because we said normally in the people said Sao or pig have no conceptual of this is clean, this is not clean. They eat anything you give them. You know, for them, they have not conceptual. For us, have lots of conceptual, good, bad, you know, this all the different discriminations. They don't have that conceptual discrimination. Based on that way said is ultimate truth or dharmakaya. So this two faces are symbolized as a true truth or true kaya, wisdom kaya, and dharmakaya or the rubakaya, you can say. And my half of my hair bound, half flowing loosely down over my neck symbolizes the blossom of a promoted wisdom into the expanse. Expanse working for the purpose of the sentient beings. So that is a, you know, basically half is a kind of not up and half is loose. So that is a symbolizing as a, she's not totally in the state of the nirvana. He achieved the nirvana, but still benefited sentient beings continually through the manifestation of a stream of down. So coming down, most of those coming down is a symbol of a coming down to the earth to help sentient beings. So that way, she is a her own nature is a pure, enlightened, completely enlightened, but still she not in the state of that pure, what called that, the nirvana, continually manifesting sentient beings benefit. So that way, those two are symbolizing with this one. My three eyes symbolizing noise 3 times. 3 times, past, present, future. You know, forget about the future. She know all the 3 times. And also she know the samsara and sentient beings are the 3 realms. So that way she have the 3 eyes. Okay, so then said, my 4 bare fangs, like fangs, yeah? Yeah, are symbolize the severing the 4 mara at the root. So there's 4 maras: mara of the aggregate, mara of the afflicted emotion, mara of the death, and mara of the Son of God. This is called the 4 mara. Or sometimes you can see 4 mara as the most powerful samsaric beings: Brahma, Indra, Vishnu, Shiva. So those 4 are four more powerful worldly beings. So overpower them. So that way cut the root. My 2 arms symbolizing the union of the method and wisdom. Diku knife in my right hand symbolizes overwhelmingly evil being by brilliance. So this is a sharp weapon why they carry sharp weapon is cutting the ignoring and attachment, aversion, that kind of or and said the hand symbolizing the partaking in the food of non-conceptuality. So that is symbolized. Then the Kadanga symbolizes my high Hiruga consort. Some wisdom. Wisdom must need the support of the method. Method need the support of the wisdom. Without the method is not correct,
Complete.
Not complete. As Adisha said, wisdom without the method and the method without the wisdom is bounded. It means we're stuck there, couldn't do. So like people too much wisdom and too little method or compassion become evil. You know, being evil need really smart. Okay, need a great intelligence. Idiot one cannot become evil. That so need a really smart mind. Some are lack of compassion, too much wisdom, become a really tricky people. Okay, some are too much compassion, lack of wisdom, is become miserable. Take all the everyone's problem into you, you couldn't solve them, and you make yourself so much stress. So those need to support each other. Wisdom need a method, method need a wisdom. So that reason she is carrying the Kadanga as a symbolizing as a father, Chakra Sambhavara, as a wisdom or method. Make sense? So that is the main reasons. Hiruga and Kadangas, my heading Hiruga consort. My crown ornament of the 5 dry skull with the nature of a 5 family symbolizes the purity of the 5. When we have this impure 5 poison, it's called the samsara. When this is impure 5 poison, it's purified, it's become a 5 Buddha family. So impure one is called ignorance. It's purified, it's become a Buddha Bharajana. Impure aversion, yeah? Aversion is purified, it become Rana Sambhava. Impure jealousy, when purified, it becomes Amitabha. And impure attachment, when it's purified, it's become Akshobhya. And no, sorry. Amanga Siddhi and impure stinginess, when it purified, it become Akshobhya. Yeah. So this is a impure as a symbol of the impure 5 poison of the it's transformed when it purified and it's becoming 5 Buddha family. That way she is symbolizing of those skull cap on the crown as a show as a enlightened beings. You know, 5 crowns as a symbolizing as an enlightened being. So that way here said my crown ornaments a 5 dry skull with the nature of the 5 family of the symbolizing as a purity of the 5 poisons. And my necklace is she's wearing the 51 skull, 51 head. His skull means the head, yeah. This is like a fresh one. It's just right now, or immediately cut one, like a really fresh, like immediately cut one. So this is the purity of the 51 type of a mental formation. So this 50 type I already passed to some people. If you don't have, then I will pass you because We don't have time to read all those 51 different type of mental formation, but that is a symbolizing. My 5 symbolic bone ornaments symbolizing as the 6 paramitas. So Vajrayogini have 5 bone ornaments. It's called the crown chakra, kind of wheel chakra, earring, necklet, armlet, and sasha, or the belt. So this crown chakra is the wheel, like some kind of wheel. So basically, wheel have a 8 called the prong spoke, 8 spoke. So front is a 5 spoke. On each spoke, okay. Then middle is her hair is not through the middle, and the last 3 skull, hole, and her loose hair is come out of that. So her hair is decorated on the skull cap. Okay, that is it. This person, I don't know who's coming, going. So that is one. Second one is so that is a 5 bone ornament. So this one is a slightly different. One is called the late Sengta Rinpoche, one of the Drupal master. His commentary. One is called the Tsultrim Tenzin and Sengta Rinpoche's commentary is slightly different, but I will read from the Sengta Rinpoche's commentary. And he said, earring, neglect as a purity, completion of the generosity, okay, and armlet as a completion of the moral ethic, earring as a completion of the patience, and dharma will on the crown as a completion of the perseverance, and sesha, sesha, so build as a completion of the mental constitutions. So 5 ornament as a 5 paramita. The left is a wisdom paramita. Her body is the symbol of the wisdom. So that way 5 bone ornament and including her body, herself, is become 6 what called symbolic of the completion or excellent. I said completion of the 6 paramita. Okay, then said the human core in the mantra. Then the sun symbolizes as a conquering the darkness of the affliction, and the moon symbolizes the display the 5-ish torment of the samsara. So the sun is basically heat, moon is cool. So that way cooling from the heat of the afflicted emotions. And she is a lotus, sitting on the lotus, symbolized as a abandoning samsara fault. So even she is born in the samsara, is without the faults of samsara, that is one, without the forsaking samsaras. Self-luminance fire symbolizes a burning conceptual afflictions. Also, she is 16 years youthful. 16 years youthful is symbolized as a 16 type of joy. Now there's called the 4 joy. 4 joy, each one have their own also 4 subdivision. So 4 times 4 is becoming 16. So 4 joy or 16 joy is the same. So symbolizing that one. And not bounding of the samsara or nirvana. Beyond the samsara and nirvana is showing as one leg is bent, one leg is a stretch. So those are basic, what called the pure meaning of. So then said, in short, in brief, the appearing aspect of the my mind as an illusion, like a form of a deity. And the emptiness aspect as an luminosity of Dharmakaya natures. So this one, actually, earlier I mentioned, it said empty by nature. So when we're visualizing this deity, you cannot visualize it as a form body, as a flesh, or like we have, flesh and bone, solid. Also, you cannot visualize it as a statue. So that way it's called the empty by nature. It's an illusion body. Yeah. So it's just like a crystal, you can see through, but transparent, completely can see through, but same time have a complete, body. Yeah. So it's like a rainbow, illusion body. So that way, here's a deity, is the emptiness aspect of the luminosity of Dharmakaya nature. So this is called the second characteristic of the what is the pure meaning of the Vajrayogini is this one. So this illusion like a form. Illusion like a form basically said three types of examples, like a reflection on the mirror, reflection on the water, and like a rainbow appearing on the sky. So Vajrayogini is like that. Appearance, but not it's real. It's like reflection on the mirror. In the mirror, you can see completely appearance, but it's not real. Yeah. Also undistractable or unhindrancy, like a reflection in the water. You can see the moon in the water, but it's not. And the third one is a not existence, not real, as a rainbow appearing in the sky. So these three are called the example of what is the illusion body mean. Okay, so then third characteristic of the deity is called the divine pride. So divine pride is this one. Om Vajrayogini Mahayogini Atma Ko Aham. So in this time, is basically saying the Om Vajrayogini Mahayogini mean the Vajrayogini mean the name, Mahayogini mean the great yogini. Yeah, she is the great yogini. Atma mean the consciousness or the nature of a mind. Aham mean that I am that one too. So this is called the divine pride. So inseparable her. So this is I'm not become Vajrayogini after I've practicing, after I receive empowerment and practicing. It's not that. Permanently, you are the Vajrayogini. Only we're not recognizing. So that way you said, firmly establishing intense pride that your mind since permanent time has always been Vajrayogini. You are the Vajrayogini. Vajrayogini and your mind is inseparable. Like you cannot distinguishing the inside this room's space and outside space. Space is the same. Only different is the wall. When you remove the wall, you're not going to we are inseparable of nature. Right now, we are separated by conceptual thought and discrimination of a wall. Make sense? So a dualistic conceptual thought of a wall, we separate from that nature. But then actually, we are never been separated from that nature. So you're not pretending something you are not. You are naturally that Buddha. Make sense? But don't misunderstand that nature potential is not yet resolved because the wall is still there. longest wall is there. If you run, you will bump. You will knock down, yeah, knock out. You will hurt. You cannot think, oh, this is open space, I can run. You will crash. So you're not yet open like a, outside, but you, how you can make that open is just remove the wall. What is the wall? Is a conceptual of a dualistic. So you are naturally that one, but you are not that one, can say. But you need that confidence of I have that same nature. I am the Vajrayogini. Because if you don't have this confidence of the I am the Vajrayogini, even you can visualize in purity, and you have understand the meaning of the clarity. I mean, you visualize the clarity, and you have understand the meaning of the purity. Still, it's not perfection of a generation stage. If you have this divine pride that I am the Vajrayogini, even you cannot do clarity or purity, but still your generation practice is perfect. That is different. So that reason, this is a short, but you have to have a deep meaning that way. Atma. Atma means your own nature of Vajrayoginis. Aham means I am that one too. So I'm not different than that one. That her nature mind, her Dharmakaya mind, her wisdom mind as a not different than what I have. So that is Atma, Aham. Supposed to be Aham, but the Tibetan always said Atma Ko. Tibetan always said Atma Ko Aham. We never say Ah there. So supposed to be Aham. Yeah, so correct pronunciation should come that way. Meaning is Atma is a one, Aham is one. But Tibetan, we really lousy with the Sanskrit lots of time, So sometimes we don't pronounce certain words. So this is one of them. Okay, that is it. Then, so we're visualizing as a mandala of the Vajrayogini as a what called antidote of the cutting attachment to the place. And we visualizing its form as antidote of the cutting attachment to our form, body. Now, the recitation mantra is a cutting attachment of our speech. So then after that, we have to recite the mantra. So the mantra have three kind of mantra called the root mantra, essence mantra, and a close essence mantra. So here is mainly those two mantras come together. So Vajrayogini, when one is called the Pamalhana, 5 deity practice, and this one is called the two-tooth of a two-faced tooth. So actually, mantra is the same. Those two. At the sacred place or navel of myself. Actually, this is not really a sacred place, not really navel. Supposed to be, I think so. That is the central channel, and the left and the right channel is the meet. That area, maybe that one, but I don't know. Luminously appearances yogini as a red damodaya, like the wheel of a fire. On the center is that is a red lotus. On the middle of the lotus is a sun, and the center is a sun is a red syllable. Surrounded by the edge of the mantra garland circle in the counterclockwise manner. When reciting the mantra, seed syllable are unmoving, while the mantra garland circle counterclockwise fiercely faster and faster. So I'm sorry, this mantra is Miss Ellen make the new one. I have old text, so she made the correct one. So if you look the mantra, okay, this way, this is the mantra on the page, yeah. If you bend this way, the mantra become a face inside. If you bend this way, mantra face become outside. So this should be bent inside. So mantra face have to come inside. So when you're reciting mantra. So I said the three kind of mantras. Root mantra is called the supplication. All the praise. In the Vajrayogini and Chakra Sambhava is called the 8 verse of a praise. In this text, it doesn't have it. If you read the Chakra Sambhava text, the 8 words of praise is called the root mantra. Okay, so the praise is called the root mantra, and this mantra, you see, so but the Deity and this one is actually essence and a very close essence mantra together. If you look at Chakra Sambhava's practice, is the essence mantra. So with the Deity is the very close essence mantra. So those two, essence and very close essence, can say?
I don't know the right word.
Yeah, I don't know. It's in the Tibetan called the Nimbu and Nini.
Those complementary.
Yeah, those two together, both mantra is here. So that way, Chakra Sambhava and Vajrayogini here have 3 kind of mantra: root mantra, essence mantra, very essence mantra. So root mantra is not in essence and a very essence together. This I think come together. This is called the mantra of the true truth face, Vajrayogini's mantra. But mainly inside of both mantra are same.
If what you said is true, then when we look at the mantra, when we look at the Om, it should appear backwards.
Yes.
Yeah, in this text.
No, this one is correct. The new one she figure out.
But the one we have is not correct.
No. New one I forgot to pass because this is already print, and she figure out herself by learning, and she figure out how to rotate into the inwardly. So mantra is different. Is if facing out have to be, place mantra. Then when mantra is spinning, it have to go to clockwise because the Om have to lead. But this one is a place. Can say place here? Yeah, place with the clockwise. Om sound Buddha Deity and pe soha. So then once it's a place, when it's spinning and it become a counterclockwise. So different. So why is clockwise and why is counterclockwise? In the Vajrayana, our body is called a male's right side is a wisdom and left side is a method. Females left side is a wisdom, right side is a method. So when come to the male or father tantra, it's a clockwise. When come to the mother tantra, it's a counterclockwise. So also this is why it's called the father tantra and mother tantra is a mainly aspect of the wisdom as a main practice. It's called the mother tantra. Mainly method aspect of the practice is called the father tantra. So that is not like a male as a father, female as a mother tantra, because Chakra Sambhava is a male and the Chakra Sambhava tantra is a mother tantra. So reason is said human have I think different with the male and female.
And in union.
Yeah. So that reason is when come to the male father tantra is clockwise, mother tantra counterclockwise. So this is the mother tantra. So that way mantra also counterclockwise. Should be counterclockwise. There's one supplication or praise of the Mount Kailash, wrote by His Holiness John Duba. in his Vajra song, he said, all the daga is a clockwise circumlating, all the dagini is a counterclockwise circumlating. He said that one. So that's, I think, showing us a wisdom aspect and method aspect. So that way, this is a wisdom aspect. Mother, so that way, female, left is a wisdom. So that reason, wisdom has come to the inner circle. When you do counterclockwise, wisdom come inner circle. And male, when you clockwise, it's become wisdom come inner circle. What called? What called that? Like you have a bell road. You know that like Washington DC have a road. Is one is called the inside, one is outside. What called this?
Loop. Yeah.
Inner loop and outer loop. You can say. So whatever. I mean, basically, it's always have to come wisdom as an insight, close to the mandala. So that reason this I think clockwise circling, and not that Damodaya or seed or lotus or any of those are not circling. The only mantra is like speeding when you recite a mantra. At this time, when you recite in the mantra, you remember earlier we're visualizing, all the 6 Ram sentient beings are transformed to the Vajravarahi. Now they recite in mantra with you together, like sound like every thousands of beings recite the mantra together with you. Even you're alone in the retreat cave, you're not going to feel lonely. Okay, so we have to recite the mantra much as possible, and after that, then conclusion with the first is offering is called the Om Bhajan Varahi Aragam Patisa Soha Nesulaga, water for the feed, water for the drinking, flower, incense, lamb, perfume, food, music, whatever offering. Now so you can including now there are modern offering things too, also good things you can put that offerings. Cell phone, computer, fast car, sport car, whatever you want to put, that just put on the offering. Yeah. Somebody said when offering mandala, those universal monarch and those like precious will, those not exist anymore. How can I offering? So I thought that doesn't make sense. Does not really exist now. Now you can change what our mandala offering is. Also we can say precious limousine, precious iPhone, precious computer. Maybe you can change that one. I don't know. So the way offering is you can put whatever we use basically sustain our life. So because this is an Indian custom, that way come this way. I'm sure if that is Tibetan, if original Buddhism come original from Tibetan, they definitely have a butter tea. But because it's not come from the Tibet, there are no butter tea is a part of the offering. So offering whatever offering. Then here's a praise. This praise is of the energy or power of the mantra is increasing by the praise. That way, it's called the root mantra as a praise. So here's one short praise. Oh, Vajrayogini, imbued with the splendor of the Dagini, Mandala, you are queen. You are the 5 wisdom and the 3 kaya, homage and praise of the refuge of the beings. So specifically here said, you are the 5 wisdom and 3 kayas. The 5 wisdom and 3 kaya mean complete enlightenment, perfect Buddhahood. That is the result only can have a Buddha. Is 3 kaya and 5 wisdoms. So only Buddhist quality, complete that one. So that is showing us she is the complete enlightened beings, complete Buddha. Okay, so but then we may get a little bit attachment to the deity. Yeah, you may not go to attach to our own body, but attach to the deity. Then have to dissolution. Because the main point of the practice dharma is cutting the attachment. When we don't have attachment, aversion, hatred, jealousy, those will not come. Those happen because of the attachment. Attachment is the root of all the other afflictive emotion is raising. So then may we get attached to the deity. So how to cut that attachment is through the dissolution. So here said, at the end of the session, light emanates from the seed syllable bomb and entire melt to the content in the sentient beings and melt into the light. So sentient being also melt in the light and dissolve into me. Actually, the best way is what you do is a whole universe melt to the light and dissolve to the sentient beings. Then sentient beings, like if hundreds, thousands of birds is on the ground, if you throw one rock, they like one time all fly together. Like that, every sentient being like fly, you know, and to the you, or you as a Vajrayogini. Then Vajrayogini so bomb, the body of the bomb syllable had crescent moon and the bindu dissolve into the nada. The nada then transforms into the nature of luminosity, emptiness. It's not said despair, it's become invisible. So that is a dissolution and stay in that state of the emptiness as much as possible. Okay, so stay in the state of the emptiness much as possible. But again, when you get tired from there, it driving you crazy, whatever, then you have to engage to the rest of the activity or the daily activity, whatever activity you said. When engaging in the, and you want to do, include the dedication to the daily, you know, any kind of activity you do, your job or whatever, then again, you are raising illusion like a form of a yogini with the one face and two arms. So this is it that you don't need, at this time, you don't need to visualize a mandala, you don't need to visualize a retinue, you don't need to visualize anything. Just remember you are Vajrayogini, and with this mindfulness and engaging on the daily activity, whatever you do. Make sense? Like including eating, walking, so then just become a part of the practice. So those all. So then dedicate.
Okay.
Page 21. Great Vajradhara Naroba, Marba, Milareba, Damanurab Gamboba, Pamadrupa, and Lurjagomba. May the auspicious of all the Gajil Lama by the Samari may I liberate all beings who cross the Sahara by way of birth, old age, sickness, death. May the excellent health of a Guru. I pray that life is spring a long life. I pray that this activity separate part and white. Great blessing that may I be separate from you. Just as a hero Manjushri realized the being as they are, and that did some of the Bhadra too, I will follow their path and perfectly dedicate all the virtues. By the blessing of the body who attain the three kayas, by the blessing of the truth of unchanging nature of reality, and by the blessing of the individual Sangha community, may the prayer of fulfill according to this dedication. By the virtue accumulating the three times by myself, all being in the samsara and nirvana, and by innate the root of virtue, May I and all sentient beings quickly attain unsurpassed, appropriate, complete, and precious awakening. May the teaching of the great Jigompa Ranashri, Master of the Independence, omniscient Lord of the Dharma, who has seen all knowingness things, unsuppressed until the end of the secular existence through studying, practice, hearing, contemplation, and meditation. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you.
Gracias a todos. Happy birthday, Khenpo. May you have a long, blessed life. May it be virtuous, may it be long, and may it be healthy for many, many years. Very, very grateful for you and your life.
Oh, I'm not sure many years are really good for
Yes.
me or not because of my body already gave me.
Well, then may much health come into your body.
Yes, remain safe and healthy, Khenpo La.
Happy birthday,
Thank you.
Khenpo.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Lots of
Happy
love.
birthday, Khenpo La.
Thank you.
Feliz cumpleaños.
Gracias.
Birthday,
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Khenpo La.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Okay,
Happy
thank you so much.
birthday to you.
Happy birthday
Thank
to
you.
Happy birthday, Khenpo.
Come on, sing it to
Thank you.
everybody to Lama Khenpo La. Are you
Thank you,
ready to
thank
sing it?
Yes, I am ready.
Come on, get ready. 1, 2, 3. Happy
birthday
birthday
to you.
Happy
Happy
birthday
to you.
Happy
Happy birthday
birthday.
to you,
Happy
Khenpo La.
Khenpo.
Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to you.
to
Cha-cha-cha.
Many happy
Cha. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much, Khenpo La.
Gracias.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Muchas
Thank
gracias.
you.
Okay, happy Father's Day, all the good father there out there.
Khenpo La, is it possible to send the updated sadhana, because the one I have does not have the dissolution part.
Oh, how
Hello?
come you don't have the solution? Oh, that image, picture one. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Me too, Khenpo La.
Okay. Okay, I will ask Tony to post on the TMC Facebook and website, and you can download from there.
Thank you, Khenpo La.
But then anybody
you
can
can- or you
download.
can-
It's not too simple.
Or you can ask to Miss Ellen. She will send you. This the Go Adisha Center. That one is she is so she is the person.
Can we have Ellen's email then, or is Ellen there?
She's there, but she's quiet, hiding.
Ellen, please there.
Ellen.
Ellen. Oh, right.
Please. So that way or otherwise, you will have that one soon. If not, then I will ask Tony to post on the TMC Facebook and website. So you can check on the TMC website, Dikung TMC, DRIKUNG.com. And there you can find the text. We try to put there, okay? Thank you.
Yeah, but then dangerous to put on Facebook because everybody can download.
I think Facebook website too you can download. So yeah, I can ask him to do both. He's here. I will ask him.
Thank you so much, Khenpo La.
Okay, thank you both, Kuncho and
thank you, Ellen. Thank you.
Alia.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, have a good day.
Khenpo
Happy
La.
Father's Day again.
Everybody.
Thank you.